guest tonight is a Golden Globe award-winning and Grammy and Emmy-nominated actor you know from shows such as Blackbird and films like Rocketman, Eddie the Eagle, and the Kingsman movies. He's currently starring in the Apple TV Plus series Smoke, and you can see him next in She Rides Shotgun, which is in select theaters this Friday, August 1st. Let's take a look.
Let's just do it quickly, get it over with. You gotta trust me. Come on.
No, I don't want you to.
I promise. It's gonna be fine. Watch. See? Look. Gone.
I want bangs,
Yeah?
not too long. Make sure it's not over the eyes.
Just there.
Okay. Have you done this before?
Yeah, thousands of times. Let me see.
How much shorter are you gonna go?
I don't know, I'm feeling my way. Let me see.
I look bad, don't I?
Please welcome back to the show, Taron Egerton, everybody. I'm so happy you're here.
Oh, it's always so lovely to be back.
I love this film. I want to talk
Thank
about
you.
this film, but the last time you were here, we were talking about how you have to be very fit for your films because you always have your shirt off.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it does seem to happen quite a lot. I feel like it's not my choosing, but it does seem to keep happening.
I would like you to have a more active role in the decisions that people make on your behalf.
Yes, thank you.
Because
me
I was
too.
like so hopeful because you were like, I think my next one, maybe I'll keep my shirt on. And
I
then
did-
like about 25 minutes into this movie. I mean, I get it, that's there. This is the kind of feedback that keeps you with your shirt off.
Oh, that is me. Yeah.
Oh, don't you? It would have, next time I'm gonna cut your head off, so we just, we don't know who it is.
Yeah, do you know, I actually did an interview earlier today with a journalist I really like. And he said, yeah, I noticed that you kind of didn't go for that ultra lean thing. You went for that kind of prison bod. And I was like, I was sat there like, yes, and because I'm a people pleaser, I agreed with him. And afterwards, I thought I was like, that really pissed me off, actually.
I love you just sitting in an interview being like, I'm so glad you caught that. Well, a tear.
Exactly.
A single tear.
It was really intentional, yeah.
And now the tattoos, a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of tattoos.
And those have to be applied daily, yes?
Applied daily, took about an hour. I quite enjoyed it.
Yep.
Made me feel very kind of tough. I nearly did a crazy thing. So if you can see just there,
Yep.
the movie is set in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And there's a green and red chili there.
Yep.
And I was all ready and booked to get that tattooed on my head on the last day of the shoot in that spot. And I don't know what on earth I was thinking, actually.
Yeah.
But I really was ready to do it. It was a very cool, trendy New Mexico tattoo artist. But the thing that happened that I hadn't anticipated was the last day of the shoot, my mum was in town.
Yeah.
And the makeup artist who'd set it up about halfway through the day, she said, so you're all set for this evening at 8:30? And I just panicked immediately. And went, I'm very stiff. And my mum went, I beg your pardon? And I went, well, I'm going to get this tattoo. You know, it's been really spiritual, Mum. I want to kind of, I want to commemorate it. And she did this classic mum thing where she was looking at me and she just went... Cancelled it immediately. Panicked and cancelled it immediately.
I like your mom. She's like, it's bad enough you have this prison bod.
Yes, exactly.
And now a tattoo.
Yeah, exactly.
You're great in this movie.
Thank you.
And yet, you and I both know that everybody who sees it is not going to talk about you.
No one's going to talk about me.
Your co-star in this film, Anna Sophia.
Anna Sophia Hager.
She's exceptional.
She is off the charts. She was 10 when we made the movie, and it is like someone stuffed Meryl Streep and Kate Blanchett into this little package, and she is a wonder. I implore you, I implore you, please watch our movie. It's a little engine that could. Don't see it for me, don't see it for the action, see it for this kid who is extraordinary.
Yes, and I should say, like, you know, I do want to also say, because, sometimes, the clip makes it seem like this father-daughter movie. There's also a ton of action.
Yeah.
It's like a thrilling movie.
Yeah, we picked the, cutest bit of the movie because it's so violent the rest of the time.
I do want to note you're changing your hairstyle because you guys are being chased down by white supremacists.
That and he's just a bit fabulous.
But it is like, I mean, it's a great sort of noir crime film,
Yeah.
and yet there's this really wonderful heart between the two. And I will say the craziest thing about like having a kid now that age, you realize like how often kids in movies that age don't ever act the way kids that age act.
Yeah.
But she actually feels like a 9, 10, 11-year-old kid.
It is frightening. There are moments in the film where she is so good and she portrays distress and fear and panic so well that you became concerned for her safety. But the moment they call cut, she wipes the tear from her eye and she looks at you like she knows she's nailed it. You know? She really is totally amazing. The first time I met her was over Zoom. And I was kind of into the idea of being, you know, because I'm, you know, mature and experienced now. And I thought, well, I'm going to be able to be a support to this kid, you know, and show her the ropes and give her words of advice. And she arrived on the Zoom, and I said, so, you know, Anna, you must be nervous. It's going to be okay. And she went, I am nervous, but I know I'm ready. And I was like, I sort of sat back in my seat, like, okay.
And then you're like, now I'm nervous.
I'm nervous. Yeah, exactly.
We talked about you have younger sisters
I
and
do.
how they are fundamentally not impressed with anything you've done.
Nothing. They're impressed with nothing I've done up until this point. But I actually was just talking to a producer about this, and I've had an idea, because I think there's one thing that could be achieved.
Okay.
That would get particularly my younger sister Mary, who's 12, to be impressed with me. Every time I get on FaceTime with her, I'll say, hi, Mary, how are you? How's school going? Is everything good? Is anything exciting happening? And she'll go, do you know Benson Boone? And I'll go, no, haven't met Benson Boone since Thursday. And she's like, okay, be good if you knew Benson Boone. So Benson Boone, if you were watching, please, can me and my little sister come and see you in concert, because I'll get some cool points for you.
That's fantastic. But, you know, I get... Like, look, I get, like, young girls aren't gonna, want to watch, like, Blackbird or Smoke, or, this obviously is, like, pretty intense. But you were in Sing. Like, my kids would be excited. My kids are huge fans. Was their take on this? They just didn't even care about this?
I think even if they were remotely impressed, they would never show me.
Yeah.
They would never, ever let on, because that would be capitulation.
Yeah.
That would be to give me too much status.
And
because
do you think...
there's a narrative as well in our house that I'm the favorite child.
Oh, I see.
So it's made it something of a battle.
Gotcha. So their dream was that you went ahead and did get the tattoo.
Yeah.
Just to have something that your mom was, like, mad about. Yeah.
Their dream's probably that the bad guys do actually get me in the film.
That is fantastic. Dennis Lehane was the writer behind Blackbird, which is a fantastic show you did, and you're doing a new show with him now, Smoke.
Yes.
He's one of my favorite writers.
He's amazing.
Just a great crime writer,
Yeah.
a great television showrunner. It's very cool that you're working with him again.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really, really lovely when someone asks you to do something again.
Yeah.
Because you feel it's very validating. You kind of feel like, well, okay, maybe I'm not a dick, which is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show is, streaming, new episodes on Friday. Very, very excited about it. If you haven't seen it, I am a freakish monster in it, and it really is worth checking out, because,
What's the situation with the shirt, on or off?
Episode 4, it's off, but I am wearing a thong.
Okay, great. We appreciate your restraint. I do want to say, sincerely, this movie, I really loved it. You're both so good in it. It has that, like, great sort of, feels like one of those great crime movies from the 70s, and it was so cool, and I really loved it. And I'm always so happy when you're back. You guys, that's Taron Egerton.
Thank you.
New episodes of Smoke are available on Fridays on Apple TV+. She Rides Shotgun, like theaters this Friday, August 1st. We'll be right back with Tim Hurley.